baby. Get higher, baby. Get higher, baby. And don't never come down, free bass.
So why did Face start?
Face started due to the fact that around about 2009, there was lots of different things going on at the Rainbow, from one week to the next, different promoters and different kind of music genres and whatnot, but people didn't particularly know what was going on from one week to the next, so we decided that it would be good to start a weekly consistent party, and that's when Lee McDonald approached me to do a weekly event, which we then developed one called Fused, which took place over the summer of 2009, and it was really successful. We had like house DJs and disco related DJs and whatnot, and it was all really good and very successful, and we thought, well, the consistency's there, people are coming because they know what they're expecting, and then it sort of paved the way into the autumn and the winter sort of period, and we thought, well, we'll start a new brand which we dubbed as Face, really.
Well, basically I'd spent a summer in Ibiza. I'd been there for a few months and I came back to the UK, had an amazing summer, got inspired by a load of the clubs and the parties that had been going on over there, and it kind of gave me a buzz to do my own party. And then when I came back to the UK, I've known Lee for years. I've known Lee since I was about 19, and because I came back and kind of at a little bit of a dead end, and I thought I really want to do something, and then coincidentally Lee just phoned me up out of the blue and he just said, we're going to be starting this weekly Saturday night at the Rainbow, and basically do you want to get involved? And I literally just snapped his hand off.
Yeah.
It's just flown, to be honest. I can't believe that this year it's going to be our 5th birthday. I mean, like, how many shows have we done now?
It's like 230 shows that we've done as Face so far, and it's been a nice consistent kind of flow of events. We've kind of just gradually, organically grown, I suppose, and as time's gone by, we've developed our relationships with different people from around the UK and further afield, and we've just been able to, because we have the good crowds of people, the good amounts of people coming to Face from one week to the next, we're able to kind of book in the big artists and build that relationship with all the agents, and it's a really good thing. And so we do these really big shows set across the courtyard and the pub that we have here. You know, there is 3 rooms of music. We're able to cater for lots of different types of people, and we try and do different things, and we try to have flexibility in our music policy, and you know, to now be showcasing events with the likes of one that's coming up with Fortet, something that is pretty rare for Birmingham, to be fair. You know, it's something that's really big, it's something that we're really interested in, and you know, we have like the likes of Groove Armada now, and then all of like the sort of the French DJs, Apollonia, and all of these different people that we book in. And it's just amazing to be able to do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we can only do that because we have the amount of people coming through the door. They love the party, and you know, this is what paves the way for us to do these events on a weekly basis, isn't it?
You know, the first kind of year that we were going, like, you know, it was always kind of a small, intimate party, and you know, it kind of progressed over the year, and you know, we were getting more and more people, and there was more hype created for Face, and you know, it was getting more and more popular, and then we got to our first birthday in the October, and it was nuts. Obviously Jamie Jones, you know, it's a big thing, but back then it wasn't a big thing. He's still very underground, and we booked him because we buzzed off him. I mean, Lee's been friends with him for a while, so you know, it was kind of cool to have him on board to play at our first birthday. And, you know, the night was going really well, and then I got a call from one of the people who was working on the door. And I said, Elliot, we need you to come to the door, like, you know, it's a bit of a nightmare at the moment. And I didn't know what to expect, so I walked out to the door, and there was just a sea of people all down Adderley Street. There was a massive queue around the corner, and it was just, we were at capacity, and everybody was just trying to get in. And I think then it kind of hit home that we were onto something good.
That set things off then, didn't it?
Yeah.
And so we kind of like went from there, really. But to see that kind of crowd outside and see that kind of demand for an event taking place at the Rainbow, which is an underground venue at that time, and to see that kind of like interest in it just gave us confidence to keep going with it. And then that's when we started to kind of like book in much bigger artists and start to develop from there, really. And that was that was after the first year, wasn't it? So, and then for me, like, you know, I've always been interested in, you know, different artists like throughout my DJ career and whatnot. One in particular, you know, would be like Claude Von Stroke of the Dirty Bird label, someone that hasn't played in Birmingham for years, apparently because he wasn't, you know, happy with his previous gig, but I was so into him at the time, and I wanted to bring him to Birmingham and put him on at Face, and then it happened, and for me that was like one of my favourite gigs there. We had the Courtyard. Bearing in mind, you know, the Courtyard is just it's a small space, really. It's really small, you know, and to have like it must have been like 400 or 500 people in there, crammed in there. Everyone had a smiley face, you know, and me and Bunny warmed up for Claude Von Stroke, and then Shonky played after that, and it was just amazing. It was just electrifying, really, and I was really buzzing about that because he's like one of my heroes, really, and we had a great time, you know, and there's a photograph of Claude Von Stroke sort of like clapping, and it happens to be Bunny in the shot, and he's handing the headphones over or something, and I'm not in the shot, which is a shame because I should be. But it's just a great photograph, and he even played some drum and bass, you know, bearing in mind that, you know, Face was renowned as a house club night, and he was dropping all sorts of tunes, and the place was going wild. You know, we've had some really amazing parties like that, and those were in the early days, you know. Like, for example, like Face has been going for, you know, coming to like 4.5 years now. We've seen like a lot of different people come along, and they're enjoying our events and whatnot, and we kind of want to keep that buzz going, and we've booked like so many artists, you know, over the past like 4 years that are a really big deal, aren't they? You know, and like to see like the constant kind of energy from people towards being here, and the parties that we've put on, like there's a really good atmosphere, and yeah, we want to keep that going, and we've got like a lot to look forward to, and we have a list, don't we, of all the different people that we want to book.
Yeah,
and
we've got like a wish list.
And it just sits in well with like all of the different events that Face is involved in, with all of the other brands as well that, you know, are being developed here, such as like 1031 and 231 and Shadow City and CD Sonics and so on. You know, below as well, there are associations. We're all kind of like a real big family now, and everyone's kind of gelling well together, and we're all putting on these different kind of events, and even like our Cirque du Soleil event, the Rainbow as an event which Face was involved in. We even booked like Dynamo at one time, didn't we?
Yeah, that was for a big show.
You know, there's a lot of variety that's taking place, and it's good that like Face obviously sits into that as like a sort of flag bearer for the Rainbow on a weekly basis, along with 231, and we have that kind of consistency, and that we're always also going for that more sort of underground vibe, and it's just nice to see that we're getting so much attention now, which is really benefiting, you know, our plans for the future, and all of the involvement that we have like further afield, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, well, this year we've got quite big plans for this summer. We've been asked to get involved with, you know, various festivals. Some of them are in the UK, some of them are, you know, outside the UK, but they're all really good, respected festivals.
We've got like Snow Bombing and like Exit Festival, and then Global Gathering's a big one that's going to come up like this year. So there's just a lot to look forward to. So I think, you know, we're doing well with our with everything that we're doing, and we just want to keep that kind of momentum going, don't we?
Yeah.
Really.
But we don't want to obviously, you know, kind of be pigeonholed into one sound, or you know, we want to always try and be across the board with everything, don't we?
Yeah. Well, we're a weekly party, so we should mix things up a bit, and that's what we've always done. And you know, we always incorporate a lot of our friends as well, and we do a lot of sort of collaborations with different people, and you know, that's the reason for. We're kind of known for house music, but you know, there's more to that. There's like, you know, the sort of future, and we're well into like techno and like dub techno, And then sounds such as like, you know, Fortet and Joy Orbison, all those things that we incorporate into our weekly show, which we know appeals to a lot of different people across the board, really. And that's what we do at Face. You know, it's a weekly show. It's tough. It's really difficult to keep running a weekly show. There is comments flying around, you know, that we are the most consistent weekly sort of show doing our kind of thing in the country, and something that we're really proud of. And it's not easy, and we just want to keep doing it. And you know, it's something to be really proud of, isn't it? Really, you know, we're
proud.
yeah. So we've got a lot to look forward to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah.